We're bug-free.
Yeah, that's great.
Not so fast, man. Okay, have you eaten anything out there? Because if you have, they got you.
Yeah, I've eaten food.
Oh, I knew it. The Institute has these tiny microscopic robots in the food, man. And they report back.
Tom, that's rubbish.
You just don't get it, Carrington. The Institute is in your blood.
If true, that's terrifying.
If he had a shred of evidence for any of it, agreed. Quite terrifying.
Okay. If you really want to be safe, let me give you a little shot. Desdemona says no one has to, but it will kill those little robots.
There's battery acid in that serum of yours.
You can't nuke an omelet without irradiating some eggs. You ready to shoot up?
What's in the shot?
Okay, we've got algae, some yummy bacteria culture, and just a little bit of battery acid. But we gotta burn those babies out of you. It's a hard reboot of your system, man.
Hit me, Tom.
Yeah, now you talking.
No.
Here, you go and do whatever, and come back, and I will set you up.
Oh, I feel awful. You trying to kill me?
That feeling is the price of freedom, man. Live free. Now, I got all these ideas in my head. So building time.
Use the back entrance. Too much traffic through the church and we'll burn this hideout.
Analyzing.
Pam.
Processing. Agent. Bullseye. Your arrival was not calculated.
That's a strange way to say hello.
Temporarily unable to process verbal input. Still processing. Preliminary adjustments to statistical models complete. Commencing introduction. I was, am, and will most likely be Pam. Predictive analytic machine.
Do you work for the railroad?
Yes. My goals and the railroad organization have a high degree of correlation. They provide data. I provide first-order approximations of the behaviors of all residents of the region designated Commonwealth. Rephrasing. I predict the future.
But you didn't predict me coming.
That's correct. Caution. Biological life forms behave erratically, unpredictably. All output subject to an extremely high margin of error.
Just how inaccurate are you?
The smaller the group, and the greater the time frame, the less accurate I become. But all predictions are affected by the human element. Operation complete. You are a rogue variable. No current or previous models predict your presence or existence. Query. What is your point of origin?
I'm from Vault 111, if that's what you mean.
Accessing. Vault 111. Cryo Vault. Believed destroyed. Conversation terminated. Pending construction of new probability matrix. Rephrasing. Goodbye.
Hey,
What's the word? Loading up or loading off?
Word is, Diamond City is under opposition control.
This place?
If you
us,
need something, take
we
it.
don't exist.
That's what it's there for.
And if you say anything different,
Ah, it's our newest agent.
Desdemona told me to give you this.
An extraordinary feat to recover this. But that's hardly the point. Without a lick of training, and us knowing hardly anything about you, Des has invited you to join HQ. It would have been nice if she had consulted with her second-in-command. But what's done is done. Since you're here now, we might as well put you to work.
What, you don't think I can handle a dangerous job?
The danger doesn't concern me. Your work at the switchboard proves you can deal with that. I just hope the mission doesn't require knowledge about synths and our procedures. Something you've had scant opportunity to learn.
Tell me what you need, Doc.
One of our field agents, Old Man Stockton, needs help with the runaway synth, H222. So headquarters, as always, puts out the fires that others can't be bothered to put out themselves. The paranoid old bat won't even tell us the problem. He insists that we get our intel from a dead drop.
What's a dead drop?
Oh, shit. I knew I forgot to tell you about something.
Oh, dear Lord. A dead drop is a mailbox with a rail sign on it. It's a common means of communication for us, so keep an eye out for them. When you make contact with Stockton, he won't give you the time of day unless you give him the proper countersign. The current sign is, do you have a Geiger counter? And the counter is, mine is in the shop. Please tell me Deacon taught you that at least.
You can trust me with this. I'll get it done.
You sound rather convincing, actually. Stockton is a prominent businessman at Bunker Hill. The dead drop will be near there. Use the escape tunnel in the back to get there quicker.
I hope to God the Institute doesn't find us here. At least not soon.
There's more going on than you know. Trust me.
Glad you signed on. Means I might get to take the occasional night off.
No way I'm cracking this.
An option. Just won't shoot. Promise. We win. Again.
Yeah? Take care of your gun, it'll take care of you.
Hey.
What? Is it?
Mama Murphy's as good as her word, kid. No more kills. No more
Huh?
sight.
Heads up.
Sure.
I can help you out.
Hey.
Just thinking how wonderful it'd be to get out of this infernal rain.
Hey, Codsworth.
Shall I accompany you, sir?
No, not now.
All right, then.
Don't take offense to Marcy. She's working through the loss in her own way.
Not even worth picking up, boss.
Dangerous world out there. Good thing, too. Otherwise, no business for doctors, am I right?
Diamond City thinks it's got a lock on trading common.
Hey.
You there. Caravan or Raider?
Raider!
All right, the market's open if you need it. Just remember, the protection we pay your bosses is worth 3 times your life. Leave people alone.
Hey.
Welcome, my friend. Might I ask, do you have a Geiger counter?
I have a Geiger counter built into my Pip-Boy.
What a fortunate soul you are. Never will you have to worry about walking into a hotspot unawares. If you're ever in the market to sell that handy device, please let me know.
Excuse me.
Are you here about the Geiger counter?
Why do you ask?
We're expecting a full shipment of Geiger counters shortly. Some scavenger found them in an abandoned vault. Come back later and perhaps you'll be able to purchase one of these life-saving devices. Are you here about the Geiger counter?
Mine is in the shop.
You? I was expecting someone of the feminine persuasion. You're with our mutual friends, yes?
Let's say I am.
Of course. You've just joined, haven't you? All you need to know is this is the first stop for all our new packages. So maintaining proper security here and preventing any unnecessary delays is crucial.
A trader always has to move his merchandise efficiently.
And we're all about making good trade routes.
Exactly. My current... package has been in my possession far too long. I'm supposed to deliver the package to someplace nearby, but raiders have complicated matters. So, if you could...
Facilitate delivery. I can do that.
It's scheduled to be a nighttime delivery, so if you could clear out the undesirables before dawn, we can do this tonight. See you soon.
I'm half tempted to join the railroad.
Hey,
all this shit.
you. Talk some sense into my numbskull son. Maybe. Getting involved with the railroad is just trouble.
What's the railroad?
The freedom fighters, willing to risk their lives for synths. And that means they fight the Institute. Only ones... that do.
What? You think that's noble or some bullshit? That just makes them idiots. No son of mine is going to throw his life away with those lunatics.
It's always good to help people.
I have no problem helping people. Since, though?
All I do here is help crusty old caravan hands, no offense, go blind off rot gut. At least the railroad's fighting the Institute. And why not save synths?
Might as well go off and join the Deathclaw Preservation Society.
I wouldn't mind getting some service here.
Where are my manners? If you want a drink, talk to me. Need a bed? Well, hit up Numbskull over there.
Excuse me.
Booze and grub, right here.
You have any work?
Well, there is one thing.
Dad, you're not gonna send him on that same wild goose chase.
Hey, he brought it up, not me. As I was saying, before us Savaldis started slinging rotgut for thirsty caravan hands, we came from a line of Minutemen. My grandpa, Brent Savaldi, was the last. He died fighting raiders just outside Malden. If you could find any of his personal effects, well, it'd mean the world to me.
If the price is right, I might help.
Malden ain't the safest of places. I suppose I could spare 200 caps.
If the price is right, I might help.
This ain't a haggling matter. I'll pay 150 caps. Take it or leave it.
Any idea where he might have fallen?
Somewhere northeast of Malden. That's where they found the bodies of the rest of his squad. The raiders tore them apart, mutilated the bodies. Once, the Minutemen held their own against the Institute. But in the end, even raiders were too much for them.
I'll find your grandpa.
Just be careful, all right? I don't want any more deaths on my conscience.
Need a place to stay? Grab it before someone else does.
This some kind of motel?
I prefer the term flop house, but don't tell my pa that. Gets him mad. When caravans pull into town, they need a place to sleep, so we rent out all the beds we can. So did you want one?
How many caravans come through here?
All of them. They kinda own the whole town, but money still has to change hands, so they know which caravan owes what. Bunker Hill is one big money makes the world go round kind of place. Raider problem? Pay him off. Supply problem? Buy more. Charge more. Hey, weren't we talking about you renting a room? You need one?
So Bunker Hill just buys its way out of problems?
It's all they know. Caravan folk are money folk. And all the people who settled here retired from the caravans. Now that doesn't mean a Bunker Hill boy doesn't know how to sling a gun. But why waste the bullets if you can buy your way out of trouble for less? Hey, did you want that room or not?
Not today.
Might want to hit Pa for a drink before you go.
got fun time incoming.
Someone, please! Help! This thing is gonna kill me! Please, you gotta help me. This guy's a synth, and he's gonna kill me and replace me and my family. Oh, God. My kids.
Don't you dare bring them up. He's the synth, and he wants to replace me!
Please.
You're dead.
On it, bud.
Oh, what? What just happened? Got my arm!
Bastard. We'll be here all week.
Who's there?
Run now, rookie! Are you fucking kidding me?
Go ahead, run. I need a break anyway.
Heads up. Over here.
Your wish is my strong recommendation.
Move here.
I'll get her done. No can do.
Here.
On it.
Go check that out. Head over there. Hi.
Everything looks clear. This is H222. H2, here's the person I talked to you about.
Nice to meet you, H2.
Another person actually happy to meet me. This'll take some getting used to.
Remember what I told you, H2. I'll fire up the signal.
Hey.
Everything looks clear. This is H222. H2, here's the person I talked to you about.
Nice to meet you, H2.
Another person actually happy.
Remember what I'll fire up the signal.
Hey, H2.
From what I've been told, it's probably safer if I don't say anything.
Time for me to
I don't want to put you in any more danger.
H2 safe. Someone will be here shortly.
I eat danger for breakfast. Tastes like chicken.
Chicken? I'm sorry, I don't understand. But I wanted to thank you. This world is overwhelming. But people like you make me feel better about coming here.
I have a lot of questions, especially about the Institute.
That's precisely what Mr. Stockton said I shouldn't talk about. At all.
If I understand more about the Institute, I may be able to help you, and others, better.
I'm sorry. I don't know much about the Institute. I worked the maintenance tunnels. Every day, for as long as I can remember. The only time I spoke to anyone was to acknowledge scientists' orders, and very rarely to other synths. I've talked more in the past few days than I have my entire life.
What's life like for a synth in the Institute?
Synths are expected to behave like machines. You await instructions, you execute instructions, you perform basic self-maintenance. Anything else is considered defective. And then the SRB comes.
You mentioned the SRB.
They're the ones that watch us to make sure we're not defective, to make sure we don't run. Synths that get noticed just disappear. I don't know where they go.
You worked with scientists?
Yes, at least that's what we called them. My only interaction with them was to receive orders on what to clean. I would acknowledge my task and occasionally ask for necessary clarification, but that's really it.
What do you know about the rest of the Institute?
I heard there was a concourse above the tunnels. It's huge and big and green, with many synths, but they're watched more carefully by the scientists. Mr. Stockton said very few synths from that section ever escape.
But you know where the Institute is, right?
Stockton already asked me that. I don't know. I really don't. He says no synths know. How or why that is, I can't say.
How did you escape the Institute?
The only thing I'll say is I had help. Sorry. It's the one thing I won't talk about.
Goodbye, H2.
Thank you. You have no idea how nice it is just to talk to someone.
Easy there.
Don't shoot. Bullseye. Right? And my man Deacon. Still with the same old face? What? It's been 3 whole months. You're getting slow.
I keep meaning to go to the face doctor, but who has the time, right?
I heard about you. Walked the Freedom Trail, cleared out Switchboard. Glad you joined the team.
Do you have a Geiger counter?
Right you are. Mine is in the shop. All good? Now, let's take a look at our friend. Hey, you okay?
A little rattled, but I've never been better. The other man, he said I shouldn't talk too much.
He told you right, H2. You'll need a real name and a new face, but we'll get to that. Oh, listen. There's more of them raiders behind me. Afraid we need a little more help.
What do you mean, a new face?
We gotta file off the serial numbers on new arrivals. Make it hard for the Institute to find them. Most synths go in for a brand new set of memories as well. You know, for that extra protection and all. But first, we gotta get them to safety. We need to get to Ticonderoga's safe house, my home. A lot of synths fresh off the boat crash there until we smuggle them out of the Commonwealth.
You do anything else there?
Most of what we do is look after the new guys. They usually got a million questions, so I try and answer as best I can. We got some of our own questions too, about the Institute and whatnot. Agents sometimes drop by to lay low if the bad guys are on their tail. Never a dull moment. I'll lead the way.
Lazy doll days, right?
What? What is that?
You having fun? Huh? I could do this all day.